Welcome back to Building and Beauty. Today, I'm going to teach you how to decorate your tree like a pro this season. Now, just in case you're new here, my name is Kylie. I'm your DIY bestie, and my channel is about all things home renovation and home decor. And this time of year, we are all about Christmas. Now, if you've been with me for a few years, then you might be asking yourself, Kylie, this is your third time filming this kind of video. And it's because every year I learn something new. There are things that I'm going to teach you today that I did year one when I made this video, and I look back and I'm like, no, I wish I would have known. So every year I am inspired by new things. I learn new tricks, I experiment, I practice different techniques, I learn from trends, and I always have something new to share. So even if you've seen this video before, you definitely don't want to miss this one, because today I'm going to teach you so many new tips and tricks to make your trees look absolutely fabulous this season. If you're anything like me, keeping a bug-free home is high on the list, but finding the right pest control solution can be a total hassle. That's why I'm so excited to share Pesty with you. Pesty is a game changer for anyone looking to protect their home from pests without spending a fortune or dealing with inconvenient contracts. Pesty sends you pro-grade effective products, the same ones that professionals use, but just at a fraction of the cost. Applying Pesty is so easy, anyone can do it. It takes just about 10 minutes. It comes with everything you need, including a cool reusable electronic sprayer, making the whole process even more convenient. You'll be amazed at how much easier this is than having to schedule and wait for a technician. Just set it up, spray, and go about your day. Pesty has truly designed this to be a DIY-friendly process so you can enjoy a pest-free home without all the hassle. One of the things I appreciate most about Pesty is how mindful they are about safety, not just for you, but also for the environment. All their products are kid and pet friendly, so you don't have to worry about using them around your home. Plus, Pesty customizes its products for your specific location and pest concerns. They know that pests vary from region to region and that climates change, so every shipment is tailored to your needs, ensuring maximum effectiveness. And for even better results over time, Pesty rotates the chemicals in their formulas, which prevent bugs from building up a tolerance. And with a big focus on reducing the impact on honeybees and pollinators, Pesty helps you keep your home bug-free without unnecessary risks to the ecosystem. It's a simple, easy solution that's both highly effective and environmentally considerate, a big win in my book. And if you're still on the fence, Pesty backs everything with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. They are serious about ensuring you get a pest-free home with a stress-free experience. If you aren't completely happy, they will definitely make it right, or you get your money back. I'll leave everything linked in the description below so you can say goodbye to bugs, save some cash, and feel great about protecting your home in a responsible way with Pesty. Thank you so much to Pesty for sponsoring this portion of today's video. The most important thing that you need to do when you're assembling your tree is fluff all the branches. Always when they come out of the box, they're all flat and mangled and not cute looking. I like to personally fluff my tree with each section as I go up. I like to get it completely fluffed. I just find it's easier to reach inside of your tree, especially if you have a great big tree. And don't just fluff the edges, fluff the inside. Typically, trees are gonna come with these branches deep into the base of the tree, and you wanna make sure that you don't miss those, because that's going to make your tree look so much fuller from the inside out. I like to light my tree per section as I go to make sure the lights are working, because there would be nothing worse than getting your entire tree up, fluffing all of it, spending all this time on it, you plug it in, and a section is burned out. Totally not fun. So be patient, okay? Good things take time. Now that the tree is set up and all the lights are working, thank goodness. Isn't that the scariest part about getting out your tree, is like, is it gonna light up? Is it gonna be okay? What I'm gonna do is actually add a timer to my tree. I will link this one for you guys if I can still find it. I've had it for a few years. But I love this timer for a couple reasons, because it has a couple different settings already programmed onto it. It has an evening 5 to 12. You can set your own time if you want. You can have an all night from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. It's just nice. I like this a lot. And it also has this extra little button to it that you can have sitting next to the tree. So that way you can just press this to turn on and off the tree if you wanted to do it manually. And I love that feature because you don't have to be reaching behind the tree trying to get back there to unplug your tree all season. It's just really annoying. You know what I mean? So this will do all the work for you. It also has it's got 2 ports on it. I'm going to plug an extension cord into both sides of these so I have lots of plugs to work with, because we're gonna be adding so much more to this tree. I'll be honest with you guys, this is my 3rd year with this tree, and I was kind of getting a little bit of an itch to get a new one. And so I was doing lots of research, but I honestly was having a really hard time finding one that was going to fit this space and fit some of the same characteristics about this tree that I love. But the type of trees that I kept coming back to had so much personality. They had all these branches kind of sticking off the trees, you know, different types of branches to just give it some character. And I fell in love with that style, but not the price tag. All those trees seem to be super expensive. So I got to thinking and I was like, you know what? I have this tree that's beautiful and it just needs some personality. It doesn't have any extra like little special branches or things coming off of it. It's just very like, you know, triangle shape. Just here it is, here's the tree. And I feel like we could definitely add more to this tree to make it kind of mimic some of those styles that I was inspired by. So let's see what we can do to transform this tree. So the most important part of decorating your tree is picking out your theme. That is my favorite part. This year I have a new theme. For the past 2 years, I have been doing all things luxe and elegant. And this year I wanted to completely switch it up. I found these super beautiful picks at the end of last season. And I knew I had to have them, and I knew it was going to change the entire theme of my tree for this year because I have nothing like this in my collection. So my entire theme is inspired by these picks. And to me, when I look at them, I see snowy, I see green, I see frosted. So my theme is green, white, gold, and we also have some browns, which I love, I love, I love, I love. You might be thinking, Kylie, how is all of that gonna fit on your tree? And I'm gonna tell you, I'm not sure, okay? I'm not sure if all of it's gonna fit, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. And I have so many things I wanna try this year. So one thing that I decided to do this season is pick up a variety of different picks. So you can see I've got what, like 5 here maybe total. These are the ones I initially, when I saw them, I was like, wow, those would be so pretty coming out of my tree. And what's really unique about this tree and why I like this one in particular is that I call it kind of a hybrid. It's not super flocked, but it's also not straight green. So it's somewhere right in the middle. So when I was selecting some of these, you know, sprays, picks, whatever you want to call them, I was looking for ones that kind of mimicked the same style of my tree. Now I can kind of get away with heavily flocked like this one. This one's got a lot of flocking. This one is almost perfect in terms of it looking like it will blend with my tree nicely. My goal here is to change the shape of the tree, not make it look like these are what is added to the tree. I want it to look very natural. Obviously that one, not so natural, but I love adding some different style picks to the tree as well. So of course have to have those. But this one's like super heavily flocked. And I can definitely get away with adding that into the tree to give it some more shape and character. And as you can see, this one's pretty green, but it blends with the tree also really nicely. So we are going to add a whole bunch of these first into the tree. Normally in my previous videos, I've told you guys, always start with ribbon or start with lighting. But since I'm gonna be adding these, I want to add lights to these features as well. So we're gonna start with our biggest items first, which would be these. Always start with your biggest items first, and then go from there. So Let's give it a go.
Feels like Christmas when we're all in one place. It feels like Christmas, these memories we make. And all the world is wonderful, it's on display to see. It feels like Christmas.
I cannot believe the look of this tree. I love, 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 and I feel like I was able to achieve that kind of style of the trees I was inspired by with adding all of this in. Now, the base of our tree has so much personality and character and so many different things to look at, and like, we're just getting started. We can only go up from here, right? It was really funny because Mark and Bishop were like, okay, you could be done now. You could just do this, and just this alone is absolutely beautiful. I love it. My next favorite thing to add to a tree is extra lighting. So yes, my tree has 3,000 lights on it, but we are gonna add some more. And typically I will just add another few strands of lights, but this year I'm actually gonna add in some twinkle lights. These ones are really unique. They're called a random sparkle. Doesn't that sound cute? Random sparkle. And what I like about these in particular is that it's like every third or fourth bulb that blinks. So it's a really soft twinkle effect. I feel like sometimes twinkle lights can be like too much or too flashing. These are very soft. I think a pack of these is around 25 bucks, so much more affordable than buying a whole new tree.
Counting on the days till you are near, it's the best time of the year. With you right here is the best time of the year. Counting on the days till you are near, it's the best time of the year.
I'm so excited about my ribbon this year because this is the type of ribbon that I have wanted to use for years and years and years. And I finally got my hands on some. It's difficult for me to find, at least locally here in Arizona. I was able to find this at a place called Ivy and Sage. I took you guys there last year. We did a unique Christmas store shopping video, and they were in that video, and they have the most gorgeous Christmas decor, and I was able to find some ribbon there that I loved. And these are so premium, so luxe. This is not your Hobby Lobby ribbon, okay? For starters, they're 4 inches wide, so it's definitely going to take up a lot of real estate on the tree. What makes these so unique, and if you've never seen ribbon like this before, you're probably like, your mind is blown right now because they're gorgeous. And what makes these unique, first of all, that they're 4 inches. Second, the wire on the edges here is probably a pretty thick wire that's in there. So it's gonna hold its shape so nicely, and it's not going to be crinkly. So with other ribbons, this is one I got off of Amazon. You can just hear it, right? You can hear that it's kind of crinkly. This one also 4 inches, half the price, same yardage, thinner wire here on the edge. And just what that really comes down to is when you go to make your shapes, it can crinkle. And that's just the difference in the quality of the ribbon. Now, I think this is still really beautiful. I'm going to use it, of course. But when we're looking at something of this quality, when I go to bend that, look how beautiful. They are pricey. This is not the kind of ribbon that you throw away at the end of the season. You guys always ask me, what do you do with your ribbon? Do you cut it up? Do you throw it away? This is the kind that I'm going to save. Absolutely. Now that we have all of our lights in, how beautiful is this that they're all twinkling? Now we're gonna go ahead and add some ribbon.
Joyful noise outside, the bells are singing our favorite songs.
So next up, I'm going to add my topper because this year, normally I do this last, but this year I have chosen to make things extra hard on myself, and I have nearly all glass ornaments. So whenever you're putting the topper on your tree, typically the tree is like shaking, you're kind of moving it around, and I do not want to be shaking my tree with all of my glass ornaments on there. I'm gonna do my best to not let them go anywhere, but I definitely have a little bit of a fear. I would be lying to say I have no fear. So this is my new favorite topper this year. If you guys saw my mom's front room trees video that I did, I also put this topper on hers. I got the white version. It also comes in silver. I'll be sure to link it for you guys. And these are just so fun. I think this is a great way to add a star to the top of your tree. I feel like it's so modern and they twinkle. It's just so cute. So this one that I have is the 24-inch. I think it does come in a smaller size. So if you do have a smaller tree, then you could definitely, they still have one for you. So whenever you are starting to place your ornaments, you want to start with your biggest ornaments first. In my case, it's these. They're almost the size of my head, absolutely massive. Now, the one trick that you want to do when you are hanging your ornaments, this is so important. This is like, if you take nothing else from this video, take this, okay? Because this is really going to elevate your Christmas tree game, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a twist tie. I like to get these right off of Amazon. This year I found white. Previous years, this is the one I was using. It's green. I love it. It's perfect. It's great. If you have a green tree, use the green. If you have a flock tree, use the white. And what I'm gonna do is, this is why I like these, you guys, is because it has the little cutter right on here. So you just press to cut. Isn't that so simple? Oh, I love it. So what you want to do with your ornaments is you want to take them as close to the branch as you possibly can, okay? So I'm going to use my twist tie here, and I do not want to see the top of this. So those old like little wires that you would use to hang ornaments, no, don't do those. No, don't do those. I'm going to take this right up to the branch. We're gonna go nice and tight so that way you can't see how it's hung. So now it just looks like that ornament is hanging there beautifully. You don't see how it's hung, it's just there. It looks like it belongs that way. If you have where you can see all of those little hanging stuff of how it's just gonna clutter up the tree and ruin the whole entire look. So conceal it the best you can. I'm gonna do this with all of my ornaments. This is a big open spot right there. That's the perfect spot for this to go. And then we'll stuff the branches kind of around it so it just looks like it's kind of peeking through. Now I don't typically decorate with glass ornaments, so I don't know what got into me this year. Honestly, those were just the ones that I fell in love with. So I am taking extra precaution, and I'm gonna make myself a little barrier here. So that way, hopefully, I'm gonna try my best not to drop one. I mean, I will tell you I have done that before. I know, that probably seems a little excessive, but you guys, my ornaments were only slightly expensive, so I would like to keep all of them, okay?
I've been waiting all year for this Christmas Eve. Just a girl with a wish who believes. If you'd say Merry Christmas in the moonlit snow.
So every now and then you might come across some ornaments that you want to not have hung deep in the tree. Sometimes you might have some really pretty specialty ornaments like these, and I think a great way to hang them if you do want the hanging part to be displayed is just to use some really thin little ribbon. You guys can get this right off of Amazon, really anywhere, right? Just something that's small, you can tie it in a little bow and hang it off some of the branches. Another option that I wanted to experiment with this year, if you really wanted to keep with that invisible hanging style, which is my favorite, is you could use some fishing line. I mean, talk about being totally invisible. You could hang this wherever you wanted and people would have no idea how that is hung.
Walk with me through the winter wonderland below. If you kiss me beneath the hanging mistletoe, could it be you and me on Christmas morning?
It's next day and the tree is looking pretty fabulous, if I do say so myself. I still have a few extra things that I want to add, and really I'm at the point of like finishing touches, final little things that I want to add. So I have some of these specialty type ornaments that I like to add on as kind of the last thing, because this one that's like a wreath, you know, it can kind of hang over any extra little open spot nicely. And then this one is pretty lightweight, so I went ahead and I hung one from one of my picks here, which I think is fun, and I'm loving using the fishing wire. I think, or the fishing line, I should say. It's a fun way to conceal how that's hung. It kind of just looks like it actually came that way as part of the branch. Also, these reflect light really well. So there's a lot of ornaments that I have this year, like this one that's really like big and clear, and I love that you can see the lights through it. That was like an intentional decision for me when I saw those. Also, these ones up here, these are one of my favorites this season. It's like a shattered glass, and the lights also shine through it so pretty. So if you can kind of make some of those intentional choices about your unique ornaments when you're picking them out, it's really going to elevate your tree. I'm gonna finish adding these, and then I have one more step to share with you, so don't go anywhere. All right, I officially have all of the ornaments on the tree, and you guys, you saw my giant pile at the beginning of this, and I have to tell you, I used almost all of them. I have very few left. So however many ornaments you think you need, you probably need double. I should have counted how many ornaments I put on the tree. Obviously you can see it was a lot. And I just wanted to tell you guys that when I am buying ornaments, especially if they're sold individually, I typically like to keep to an odd number. So I'll usually stick between 5 or 7. That's the same if I'm buying picks. I like to do them in odd numbers, especially if you're gonna be doing some type of floral arrangement or something. Odd numbers is just the way to go. It just seems to always work out. So next I wanna add one more element to the tree. So I did originally add 2 strands of those sparkle lights in when I was adding the extra lighting, but I do feel like I lost some of the sparkle effect because my ribbon is so thick. This is my first year working with 4-inch ribbon, and it does take up a lot of space on the tree, which I anticipated that it would, but I didn't think it would take away that much of the sparkle effect. So hindsight, I would add at least another strand or maybe 2 of the sparkle lights. But at this point, it's a little bit too late for me to add those in. So what I'm gonna do is just add some battery operated fairy lights. And these have a bunch of different light settings too. So I think it'll be pretty to add another type of twinkle effect into it. This is great because I can just weave this throughout without hopefully disrupting a bunch of placement of the ornaments and everything like that. I will say, if you're gonna add some fairy lights, make sure you get them with the remote, so that way you don't have to try to find this in your tree to turn them on. As long as you have a remote, it'll make it so much easier. So I definitely have a new favorite step when it comes to decorating your tree like a pro, and that is adding in fairy lights. How beautiful are the fairy lights, you guys? I've never done that before, but that's why I always have to keep refilming this video every single year, because as I'm challenged by new experiences, I learn new things and tricks that I love, and I just get excited to share with you guys. So yeah, these lights are great. I will be sure to link them below for you guys. They have like 8 different fairy light settings, so it's fun to have a bunch of different options as far as the twinkle settings go, and I feel like they're very prominent in the tree, and I did use 2 strands to achieve this effect. So absolutely love it. Let me know what you guys think. I'm so happy with the way that this turned out. We were trying to decide what would be the theme of this idea besides the colors, what's kind of the vibe of this tree, and we were thinking it's like a snowy forest, which I absolutely love. Let me know what your guys' tree theme is this year. Feel free to drop a comment below. I would love to hear from you. And if you're looking for a tree theme idea this year, trying something new, I did recently put out a 10 tree theme ideas to try this year, so be sure to check that out. I'll link it below for you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Please make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!